You know that feeling when you're scrolling through your feed and an ad pops up that feels like it was made just for you? Or you walk into a store and that limited time offer seems to call your name? Well, I'm here to tell you that's not a coincidence. It is a carefully crafted strategy, a playbook that marketers are using every single day. And today, we're going to pull back that curtain and see exactly how it all works. So, welcome to the Marketer's Playbook. We're going to decode the art and the science of promotion, which is really just the powerful force that quietly shapes the choices we all make every single day. Here's our game plan. We're going to start with the basics, defining what promotion even is. Then, we'll open up the marketer's toolkit to see what they're working with. We'll take a really close look at advertising, see how campaigns are built from the ground up. And trust me, by the end of this, you'll start seeing these strategies everywhere. All right, first things first. What exactly is promotion? I mean, when you really strip it all away, it all boils down to one simple core idea: communication. Think of promotion as the voice of a company. It's really the whole combination of things a business does to communicate with us. The goal is to grab our attention, make us aware of their brand, and, hopefully persuade us to buy something. But it's not just about selling. It's about trying to build a real connection between a brand and you. So how do they actually do this? Well, marketers don't just have one trick up their sleeve. They have a whole arsenal of tools they can use. And in the business, this is known as the promotion mix. It's all built on 5 core components. And here they are. You've got advertising, sales promotion, personal selling, public relations, and publicity. Now, each one of these is pretty powerful on its own, but the real magic? That happens when a company gets them all working together in perfect harmony. So let's break this down real quick. Advertising, that's the big TV commercial you see, right? The paid message. Sales promotions, those are those urgent buy now deals like Black Friday sales. Personal selling is that direct one-on-one conversation, like when you're at a car dealership. PR, that's the long game. That's about shaping the company's entire reputation. And publicity, that's the stuff they don't pay for, the earned buzz a company gets in the news. Okay, so let's zoom in on the one component we all probably see about 100 times a day: advertising. It is by far the most visible tool in the entire playbook. The marketing guru Philip Kotler just absolutely nailed this definition. And I want you to notice the key words here: paid, non-personal, and identified sponsor. Paid means the company is in complete control of the message. Non-personal means it's a broadcast, a one-way street, not a back-and-forth conversation. And identified sponsor just means you always know who's talking to you. Those 3 things, that's what makes an ad an ad. So let's just unpack those a little more. Like we said, an ad talks at you, not with you. And because a company pays for it, they get to say exactly what they want. You always know who it's from. Just think of the Nike swoosh, you instantly know. And maybe its biggest superpower: mass reach. The ability to get in front of millions, sometimes billions of people almost instantly. So what are ads actually trying to accomplish? Well, the first big goal is simply to inform. When Tesla first came on the scene, a huge chunk of their advertising was just explaining what an electric vehicle even was and how it worked. They were basically educating an entire market from scratch. The second objective? That's to persuade. This is where things get competitive. I mean, just think about Apple's ads. They're not just telling you about the new iPhone. They are actively, relentlessly trying to convince you that its camera, its processor, its everything, is way better than the competition. And the third objective is to remind. Let's be honest, nobody needs to be told what Coca-Cola is, right? Their holiday ads aren't about giving you new information. They're all about reinforcing that warm, fuzzy, emotional connection, keeping the brand right at the top of your mind when you're feeling festive. Now, this slide shows the massive shift in how advertisers are reaching us. The best way to think about it is like this. Traditional ads on TV or in magazines are kind of like using a giant fishing net. You catch a lot, sure, but most of it isn't what you were looking for. Digital ads, on the other hand, they're like a laser pointer. They use data to target you specifically, and they can measure exactly how well they're working. So how does a company actually put together an ad campaign? Well, it is never, ever random. It's a very deliberate process, a strategic framework built around 5 major decisions. And this process, which you can see laid out right here, is so important because every single step builds on the last one. You can't figure out your budget until you know your objective, right? You can't design the message until you know your goals and your budget. Then, after they launch the campaign, that last step is absolutely crucial. They measure everything. Because if you don't know if it actually worked, you're just throwing money away. Okay, so now that we've pulled back the curtain and peeked inside the marketer's playbook, you officially have the tools to see the world of promotion through a completely new lens. So here's a little challenge for you. The next time you see a commercial or a sponsored post, or even a buy one, get one free offer, just pause for a second and ask yourself, what's the objective here? Are they trying to inform me, persuade me, or remind me? Which tool from that promotion mix are they using? The game is to see the strategy behind the message. And now, you know how to play.